Welcome to the Ascend Tournament Series mainstream. Hopefully you're all doing well. I'm Spotty FC, and we're here for Week 7 of the Team Evo Apex Cup. Boy, am I excited. We have not been here in a little while. We've got some great action for you tonight. The end of regular season, Stage 1 of this amazing series, one of the best we've had of ATS history. But of course, we've talked all about the fun stuff here. We've got a lot more to go through. So again, go through all this again. What a day we're gonna have here today. So many great teams. One match as well. As here is our lineups. It is Yup, Team Yup, back on the stream as they take on a team we actually haven't seen yet that I'm surprised we haven't seen yet. Because we haven't seen this team in a really long time, but it is portable document format files, or PDF, as they do sometimes go by. Yeah, what a fun team they are. We again saw Yup not too long ago. We saw them, I think, a week or two ago. A week ago, when they're gone the whiff-offs in their week 4 matchup. Actually, a couple weeks, I believe. Or no, not their week 4. Their week 5 matchup. Matches since then, they have another match. Solus lost that one, so their record is now at 2-3. But for Portable, again, I mentioned it, they're one of the top teams here. They're 5-0. Many consider them our best team in the Apex Cup. I consider them our best team, and so does our power rank. One rated side. Last week's action. Get these players in just a moment. But again, what a fun time it's going to be here. But again, how these teams do again, it is a very interesting place to be for, again, coming to the end of the regular season. And for Portable Document, they don't have anything to worry about. They're already guaranteed a spot in playoffs. The only thing that could happen is they could potentially drop down to the second seed in their own group. That is likely. That isn't going to change too much about their positioning. Obviously, it means that their first match would be a little tougher. But considering how good their season has been, they're doing fine. The one thing that they do struggle in is game differential. Of the three teams so far this season that have 5 wins on their record, they're the ones with the weakest game differential. And that's behind even Solus, who are 5-1, right behind them. A team that they beat during the season. So for Portable Document, they'd like to get that last match, one more win, have your season end off 6-0, guarantee a top spot. Yup, it's actually more important for them here because their game differential is also not very good. -6. Not a very good game differential for this team who, at the very beginning of the season, struggled with roster issues. Now are fighting for to keep their spot, considering that the Whiff-Offs and Whifflash right behind them. If they lose this matchup, all those teams have to do is win, and then Yup would be the ones on the chopping block. And considering how bad their game differential is, there is a decent chance they may not be going to that final bracket. Because the thing is, of the 6 seed teams in Group B, whoever of those 60 of the 6 seed teams, not in Group B, of all the groups, there's 3 teams at the 6th seed. Miku Momentum's likely to be one of them. Again, Yup could be one of them. On the other side right now, it's next to New Chaos. Could be Illusion Esports or Beantop. Of those teams, only the best team out of those 3, based on record and game differential, is going to be the one going to that final bracket as a 16th seed. At the very least, you're guaranteed to at least have a terrible seeding. Again, it is for Yup if they lose, because Whiff-Offs and Whifflash, they do play. And again, in the case that the Whiff-Offs their match, they will be in that 6th seed position if Whiff-Offs lose. Basically, if Yup loses, they need to have the Whiff-Offs lose their match. Likely, definitely not a position you want to put yourself in. That's a lot of extra pressure for this team, and pressure that, quite honestly, you don't want to deal with in a match like the end of your season. You just want to go through, especially in a division in the Apex Cup, the Team Evo Apex Cup, where making the playoffs is considerably easier than it is in most other divisions. You do not want to rely on having that pressure because, again, there's 21 teams total. Of those 21 teams, 5 of them are not going to be in the postseason. So, for Yup, even though the season has been not great, they can still make the postseason, still make the top 16. Of course, again, the pressure is on. Now, we just gotta wait and see how things will go. High pressure situation for all these rosters. Again, if they do go into that 6th seed position and they're the 6th seed that does get out, they're going to play one of these top seeds that's going to be either undefeated or only suffering one loss. Not a great... And likely they actually would have... But again, we'll see how things go. Now, we just have to wait and see. Again, the results of every... Yep, and... In comes portable document format. They have Slasher, Sammy, and Elasta. That's been their starting roster for the last couple of weeks. They've all had their kind of points in the spotlight, specifically if there was document format. They've had some specific. I think it was Sammy and Elasta who've had accolades so far. Again, two players who play well. The other thing about this team for portable document is that they've struggled in being able to win on game differential. Tough time winning, but it lasted, yeah. And Slasher was MVP only a few weeks ago. Back in the situation that he's in. But again, they're trying to be successful. See how things go here. Again, portable document are in, so we're just going to wait on Yup to join as well. Last time we saw them on this stream, again, they had the roster of, I think it was Corb, Heian, and... I was like, okay, we got a message from them. They're joining in. They just are falling a little bit behind. We'll get them in here. They are going to join in. I say they are. It is the same players again. Corb, Heian, and CJ. So it's the exact same roster. No changes about this team. One thing about this, we get to go into our best of 5 matchups. It's the end of the regular season, as you know it. Portable document formats, 1 win away from being an undefeated season. Yup, who are looking to keep their spot, guarantee themselves a spot in the postseason. A reminder, if Yup wins, they're guaranteed in the postseason. If Portable Document win, they are guaranteed a top seed out of their group. And considering how interestingly chaotic their group has been, and how new of a team they are to us, they're new this season. The team that wants to be successful and is looking to be that kind of way as document format again came into the season as a team that no one had heard of. In fact, the only reason I even mentioned about this team at the start of the season was because of their team name, which I've actually found is actually a fun in-joke between all the players on this roster. But again, portable document format, trying to be that team, but again, the big thing they've had this season is had close matches, but they've always been able to win, and it's because of the consistency they have as Slasher gets the first goal. Bad touch for Heian, was trying to find Corb on the outward pass, but goes straight to the opponents, and portable document format will capitalize. The first goal for the 5-0 favorites. They're looking to end their season with a perfect record, but Yup looking to answer. It'll be cleared away. Heian to the sidewall. Corb keep the offense going, and again, the one thing for portable document format that they've struggled on again has been being able to string multiple wins. Barely win in sweeps again. Their game differential has shown that a plus 10 game differential, which is great. Reminder, considering that they're 5-0, that means they're averaging a 4-game series, which for teams that are undefeated, it's not bad average, but again, the only other team but again, considering that that's worse than Solus is right behind them, it should give you an idea of how much this team has struggled to be able to win games convincingly. Again, so far they've gotten their goals. They started off game 1 with a 2-0 lead. Slasher with a second goal. And portable document format, a multi-goal lead. Far from over here, Yup. Looking for an answer. Both teams not part of any organizations, although Yup, again, I mentioned before, used to be Optimal Ascend. One of 2 teams out of Optimal Esports. But with Optimal Flames elimination in the 135 Esports Phoenix Cup, now no teams in Optimal Esports remain. you consider Yup still part of one, again, their likelihood of making the postseason's pretty likely. Again, their season has been one where they have really struggled. Specific again with roster changes again lasted. You know, who's on this roster, considered probably part of their starting roster at this point, was their most recently added player. To tell you, they've been struggling as he's their most recent added player, and he's also their third roster move. Teams only allow 3 per season. They've had 3, they've used them all. So for, again, a team like Yup, it feels like they've just found the roster that's been able to really kind of run the race of the season with, but that's going to be the question. Can they find that success as Corb does get the save? CJ's got to be careful as Sammy elasted. A goal for PDF. As halfway through game 1 and Yup have stood no chance to block them. 3 goals already. Considering all the goals they've scored, portable document formats have not slowed down. Again, it should be a sign of this team. Again, they're undefeated. They can end their season perfectly. Why not do it on the mainstream as well? They've not been on the mainstream. They've continued to elude the mainstream every single week they played. We just can't seem to stream them. Okay, we finally get our chance though, and I'm happy to see it. Again, they've already guaranteed a spot in the postseason though, so there's not really that much pressure on them. I mean, even if they don't win, they're guaranteed at least a top 2 spot out of their group, and I mean that's already pretty good. Considering that with the fact that they are going to leave their group in, it's likely that they're probably going to be one of the top seeds. Again, 4th, 5th, maybe 6th seed if things go badly enough for them. Every game, one step closer to that perfect season. Again, what would be guaranteeing at least not even a top seed out of the group, but a top 2 seed in all of the Team Evo Apex Cup as Heian stopped by Slasher. Portable document format still letting nothing go through. As Slasher with another challenge, he's been the most aggressive player so far this game, but Yup, looking for an answer. Heian can't get through Sammy. Corb. Again, it will be a back pass from Heian. Back to Corb. Yup, trying to keep possession, but ball has not really fallen in their way as Heian with a long touch. Already up is Slasher, and he'll go to Elasted. Document format. We're going to try to take this division by storm. Heian, stopped by Elasted. Sammy, pinched away by Corb as document format will continue to clear this one away. CJ, Sammy, long touch. Slasher's waiting. Corb will keep it out. Sammy will go off the corner. CJ, now Corb. Sammy gets the block. As Yup actually finding some space here, but again, have not scored yet this game. Their offense has just not been there. It was an issue with what we saw to them when they played the whip-offs of their offense. Just couldn't find the consistency. Against the portable document format, that's really going to be exploited here. Whip-offs as a team are relatively defensively minded. Portable document format are not, and you can see the difference that it makes when they're keeping the possession. 10 seconds to go in game 1. Portable document format already guaranteeing a win on Manfield Knight. Time will run out. They'll look for one more. This one off the post. It's blocked again. Doesn't matter. A shutout in game 1 for portable document format. And now only 2 wins away from a completely undefeated season. Again, I mentioned for portable document format how uncommon it is, how rarely they've been able to get sweeps this season. Only had 2. It's Wyvern Whiplash, Yukio Ikigai, but the last time they had a sweep was week 3. It has been a bye week, and then 2 matches, one going to 5 games, or specifically the match against the Whip-Offs went to 5 games. Sakura with a 4-game series. Again, some of the weaker teams in the group, they've definitely had some issues with later in the season. I don't know if that's maybe them just kind of relaxing, knowing that they've already guaranteed a spot in the postseason, or if it comes down to, again, those roster issues. Those were the weeks they started to have roster issues, so they're trying to get used to Elasted. It feels like for portable document format, the end of the season for them has been kind of relearning themselves. But the thing is, they've had an easier schedule by the end of the season, comparatively to the start of their season. But again, this is a team that, again, trying to find, again, that new starting roster with Elastic trying to work together better. Feels like they've finally been able to unlock the code as it hits the post from Sammy. Could have been and probably should have been goal one for portable document format. Still they go as Slasher. Hey on double commit for Yup. Everybody's pushed up. Elastic will score inside the first 30 seconds. Portable document format take another early lead. Elastic catching them on a double commit. And again for Yup. Really punching above their own pay grade here. And you can tell. Though again, Elastic's been a newer player for them. Still a top tier team, still leading their group. They may have struggled in the last couple of weeks, but generally speaking, it takes time for teams to get used to a new player. CJ, stopped by Elastic. Corb, challenged by Slashers. It will bounce off the back wall. Here goes Sammy, but he is unable to get the touch. Hayon will keep it away. Corb. Slasher. Off the sidewall, second touch to... Oh, actually, it's Elastic who's going to keep this one. Still on the triples, Elastic. He lost the handle on it here as Corb will clear it out, and Yup, going for a couple more bumps on rotation. Going to create some chaos on the portable document format back half, but no shots, no real major opportunities, and right now you can tell the offense hasn't really been there, but Hayon, that could have been a much better chance. Sammy will flick this to safety. Yup, up in the air. Keep possession, but not for long. This one's open! And Slasher takes it! A second for portable document format. The last that he's been utilizing the sidewall all game. And for Yup, another bad attempt at pushing up field out of defense. It's poorly timed, poorly thought out. And again, their overall lackluster offense, it wasn't an issue against the whip-offs, it's an issue here against portable document format. As I mentioned before, the whip-offs aren't really a team that's known to have offense. Portable document format are. Even though they are still in that kind of figuring out stage with Elastic, oftentimes with teams it usually takes at least a month, maybe even 2 months to kind of get used to some new players. And that is if you're playing consistently. If you're not, it takes even longer, but portable document format still looking to score as it'll be cleared away. Corb. Slasher, the last one back, shot straight at him. Jay was waiting for it, but it never really came as Yup, continue possession. Hayon catch them, and he kind of did there as well. Slasher pushed up a bit too high. As now an overcommit for portable. That's going to be a goal for CJ. Halfway through game 2, it's the first goal of the series for Yup. A push touch from Sammy, and Elastic got caught a little bit too confident in his own teammates' abilities. Proved to be costly. Costly moments. All the goals going in. Yup. Gonna find some offense. Corb! A second! Well, they're not done just yet. Another one. Goals keep ringing through. Half the game still to go. Portable document format now that really are facing the pressure. Portable document format now tie game. They gotta be very careful now because Yup, again, I found that shooting. Taking them almost 1.5 games to get it, but hey, better now than in game 3. If you go to game 3 losing to portable document, boy, goodness, are you gonna have a tough time. Yup, trying to be a team that can take some games here again. Portable document format have not been great at winning matches consistently the last couple of weeks, so Yup could potentially continue that streak of PDF struggling to win matches convincingly. 1.5 minutes left in this game. Portable document looking for a chance. Slasher stopped by CJ. Here goes Sammy off the back wall. Hayon will be there, and I think one of the reasons why portable document are struggling as much as they are in getting a ton of opportunities, really being consistent, is their overall pace of play is not very fast, but it doesn't need to be. It's consistent and it's strong, and while I'm not the biggest fan of how slow this overall is playing, you can't deny that it's working, and it's consistent. It's not the prettiest style, it's definitely not the most fun to watch, but it's consistent. They're getting wins by playing consistently. The lead now, late in game 2. And to keep this success over Yup. Flip reset for Slasher off the ceiling. He left in the midfield as Heian will boom this one downfield. Elasted already in the air. Off the sidewall, will go up and follow his own touch. Slasher looking to beat Heian, but went for the dunk instead. Heian will fake him out. Sammy won't be able to challenge this one. Instead can get the bump. Elasted leaves things in the midfield as Corb, open room, gets the flick over Sammy. Double commit for Portable. As CJ, front post, that's just wide. Slasher will be faking it. Heian, not on target, keeps things in front. Corb fakes it. Yup's got control. And Portable Document flailing on their back line. But they're able to get it out. And keep their 1-goal lead. Not exactly convincing the way they're playing on defense. But it's getting the ball away. It's doing just enough. Now they look to just hold this lead for a couple more seconds. Heian can't find CJ. Sammy with room looking for one more, but it's cleared back, and it will actually stay up here. Elastic should have let it hit the floor. Heian, fake for Corb. Elastic keeps things away. CJ off the corner. Heian, it's Corb, but he can't get there. Portable Document Format Files takes game 2, one away from an undefeated season. Document format. My goodness. What a match. That one went the distance, it felt like. Not as convincing as it was in game 1, but it's a win. That's all they're looking forward to. In fact, if they do win in a sweep, it's been a little while since we've had a sweep on the stream. It's been actually exactly 2 weeks. The last time we had it was 14 days ago on March 4th when Miku Momentum got swept by Team Evo Exiled. And we haven't seen a sweep on the stream in a little bit. This Portable Document Format. Find one here to end their season. They haven't found a sweep since week 3. So they're really looking forward to having one, especially in the advantage that it gives to their game differential. Again, right now, the team that, if they win, the team that they're putting the pressure on is the Whippersnappers of Group A, another team that's 5-0 right now. But their last match against Kraken Seas. Again, putting the pressure on them that, you know, basically asking if Whippersnappers don't win, they could take the #1 overall seed in the entire division. They'd be playing against the 6th seed team. Whichever team is the 6th seed out of their group, the best 6th seed. Again, in the position they're at, I don't think they really care as much, but hey, it's something to think about. They could potentially end the season being the top team out of all these divisions by record. We'll see if that's the case, though. For now, over document format, still need to win a game, and while they're going to be trying to get themselves on a good start, nearly that went in as well. Heian will keep things away as Sammy on the challenge will be left as Corb, dunked by Slasher. Sammy gets the bump, but Heian's got a tank of boost, and he's not afraid to use it. CJ goes wide. Really a good chance to start things off for Yup. Have not had a lead yet this entire series. May not have one in the game that you need to win. As a little flick ahead, Sammy will be back, but not a great save. Elasted. Corb doesn't have this one. Yup's gonna be outplayed here as Elasted goes downfield. Kept off the sidewall. Still he goes. Stopped by CJ though. Recognizing Elasted didn't have the boost to challenge. Boys, Corb, he's gonna jump in on this. Slasher saw it though. He didn't push up, didn't stay high. And portable document formats continue on their challenges. Sammy stops the play from CJ. Slasher to the sidewall, bumped out. Will it be a free play for Corb? Sammy waiting. Take his time here as it's gonna be a little awkward for Slasher! CJ drives through! Yup with the first lead of the series for themselves. And what a time for it in game 3, no less. This team has been having issues all series being able to get off to a good start. Now there's no excuses. They start with the goals in Game 3. Now look to add even more. Slasher to the back wall, gets through Corb. Will be Sammy. Oh, he's not even close to target. Elastic will leave. Aeon in open room, gets over 2 defenders. Corb looking for the bump. Elastic gets beat. It's hit the bar. CJ, number 2. And yep, continue. And if there is anyone that they need to step up, CJ would be it. Not only is he really the only player on this team that's known for scoring, but he's been pretty quiet this series. Those are some important goals that Yup desperately needed. Portable document format, again, the relatively slow rotations they've had. Going to be costly here with Yup's increase in speed. And Portable want to play slow, they want to play controlled. That's going to be a tough thing, though, whenever they're getting outplayed. As now in front of the net, it's very chaotic. Corb looking for number 3, but Yup will not see that chance go through. Slasher bumped away. CJ off the back wall. Sammy won't read this one. It's Hayon, a free shot! And another one for Yup. They're not done just yet. A 3rd goal for Yup. Portable document formats facing the issues that their relatively slow rotations are giving them. Chaos of Yup in front of the net, that's really making things awkward. Portable document format, at least you can tell, do not like playing defense. This is the team that does not want to play defense. Face it, they have to. Face it, they will, as Slasher runs into Sammy. And in fact, it's going to be another goal here, as Hayon will put the long shot in. Yup looking to run away with Game 3. On the occasions like this, Yup making sure that this series will not be 3 games and done. Two minutes to go. At this point, the portable document format trying to find one. Ain't any goal. Facing the real truth that about their playstyle and why it has struggled as of late. Just too slow. Not catching teams off guard. And the defense itself, very easy to break, very malleable to what Yup is doing. Cupid Chaos, portable document format, do not handle it well. Placid gets bumped out of the play by Corb. Sets up a goal for Cedra. He's got 3 this game. And Yup running away with this one. For how bad this series has gone for them, they've needed every single goal they can get. Sammy will answer. Photo document format, if they have any hope to come back, they're gonna need 4 more in less than 2 minutes. I'm not really on their side in this case. You gotta work quite fast, and again, that is not something that they've been good at this series. But another kickoff, and well, it looks to be another kickoff goal for Sammy. 2 goals all immediately off kickoff here. Photo document format, making things a little bit easier for themselves. Back to back, Yup. Pushing up a bit too high, not winning the kickoff in the way they want to. Photo document format now, looking to make that comeback happen. As a double kickoff here, Sammy and Slasher both go for it. Potentially playing that so they can get the ball in the blue half. Unfortunately, will not keep possession. Blasted. High touch will find Sammy waiting in the midfield. Aeon there to challenge as Elastic will leave this. Slasher to the corner. CJ clears this one back. Double document format. Will be back on defense as Aeon cleared back by Slasher. CJ won't read this one as an upfield flick. Elastic. Sammy stopped by Corb. Elastic could go again. As off the corner. Keeps the dribble. Sammy demoed away by Corb. 1 minute to go here. After the 2 straight kickoff goals with portable document format, they have scored none since. Yup. Again, just keeping that possession. CJ bobs it towards net. Sammy gets the block, but it is only out to Corb. And again, portable document format. Running low on time. Has 30 seconds to go. Slasher trying to find something, but Corb is there to save. He'll go again, gets that one over Slasher. Alastid. Portable document formats have not been successful this game on their shooting opportunities. They haven't created that many to begin with. And with this game nearing its end, they'll find themselves losing game 3. No sweeps here tonight. This ball cleared away. Yup, with a strong showing in game 3, a 5-2 victory for a team that only scored 2 goals previously before this game. That is a huge improvement. Yeah, they're recognizing that their chaos, the chaos that they bring in front of the net, is really something that is actually going to work quite well for them. Portable document format do not respond well to that kind of chaos, as we've so far. Act kind of slowly. And earlier team that, again, seems to be pretty malleable under pressure. Then that Yup really should take full advantage of in Game 4. Because again, portable document format, I haven't seen them adapt too much this series. They were outshot 15-6. They're definitely going to want to change things up going into Game 4. If anything, just to pick up the pace a little bit. Just so that they don't get outpaced as often by Yup. Feels again they're moving too slowly for their own improvement. But Yup, again, game differential really matters for this team. A reminder, it is going to be likely game differential that decides who's going to be that number 1 overall team. Yup's in a good position that they're 2-3. A 2-3 record's pretty good. Even if they end the season 2-4, would put them ahead of the other teams currently holding the spots, but the 6 seeds in the other groups. But the win would guarantee that they'd be in the final bracket, even with a loss. So if offs lose, they would be the team in that 6th seed position in this group. So again, for Yup, even if they lose, it is not over. It's far from it. In fact, they're likely to go into the top 16, but they obviously want to get wins, and they got to get goals to do so. Hayon will get the scoring started at 40 seconds in. Then overcommit for Alastid. Thought the ball was meant for him. Obviously got blocked there by Sammy. And Yup will score first once again. Gonna start that reverse sweep. How they played last game. I definitely feel like it's a real possibility here. We'll see if they can do it. As Alastid. To the corner. Clear back by Corb. Slasher. Aeon will be back for it, but here goes Sammy. Off the bar. Alastid can't get the shot. And Yup will clear it back as Sammy keeps control. He'll head to his own back wall. Cleared away. Alastid can't be there in time. Right now, portable document format, still very little on offense to show. And if you don't get that many shots, you're not going to get that many goals to begin with. They got to find chances. That's going to be one. A whiff off the side wall. And Slasher will take it. Corb just didn't read the bounce. It bounced a bit too high for what he was expecting. It's a goal. Portable document format may work slow, but when the chance it presents itself, they're not wins to miss. Tied at 1 goal each. Both teams are all even. Yup, unlike last game, are not going to start this game off with a massive lead. Really need to work for this one now. And really grind for it, because last game they put in the work, but that lead so early, they didn't have to worry as much about the pressure. This one, it's much closer, as Sammy Alastid gets around the corner. Gonna leave things in the midfield as CJ gets lifted. Corb to the sidewall. He'll use his flip. That's on. Alastid will be there just in time. And portable document format to the ceiling. Alastid stopped by Corb. Here goes Slasher. And it's saved away by CJ. Approaching the halfway point here in Game 4. And portable document formats. 2.5 minutes and 1 goal away from winning their last match of the regular season. Of course, still need that goal and likely more even with it. As Corb to the back wall. A little awkward as everybody committing there for portable document format, but he'll keep it away here as Elasted stopped by Hayon. Corb beat by Slasher. It is in! Elasted with the last touch with exactly 2 minutes on the dot to go. Portable document format files. Now 2 minutes away from an undefeated season. They're right there. They've given themselves the needs to be successful. Now it's about being able to continue. Hold that lead, to continue that success. It may be tough though, as it's open for Aeon. And an answer from Yup. Not missing a beat either. Caught Elasted going for boost. And knew the back post was open. Tied at 2 each. Little document format. Maybe another! Elasted stopped by CJ on the goal line. And a huge defensive effort. They have just kept his team in this one. Elasted. Flip reset. Does get another, but be able to use it as Slasher to the back wall. Actually off the crossbar. DJ will be there first. Elasted. He'll be going for this one. Corb pinches it with Elasted. It's off the back wall. Elasted already up for it though. Will clear it away. Hayon. The Corb. Sammy gets the challenge. The document though a bit slow on the play. As Hayon. CJ to net. Stopped by Sammy. He's got to get another save. Will do just that. Hayon to goal. And it falls through. Yup. Inside the final minutes. With the go-ahead goal. Hayon punches through. And the reverse sweep hope for Yup. Still there. Still beating. Elasted though. Not done. CJ will clear to the back corner as Hayon. Now it's Slasher. Off the corner he goes. Gets one by Corb. A bit of an awkward challenge here as 2 go for Yup. Sammy. Elasted finds Slasher. The shots goes wide. And PDF will continue as Sammy in the front post. This game is far from over. Slasher gets the dunk, and Hayon with a very wide challenge ran into his own teammate in CJ. CJ would have had the save, no doubt, but it got bumped by his own teammate, and that left enough of an opening that is a goal for Sammy, and this game tied all over again. It's a little time to go. Feels like really next goal is the one to win it. And Sammy off the back wall. Elasted won't be there. Slasher is up next. No boost in the tank. A force to play here as Sammy looking for one last chance. Leaves it for Elasted. Corb on the block. Slasher will keep control but bumped out of the way. Yup could take this downfield. CJ on the dribble. Hayon will help him out. This is not on target. Slasher's gonna let it fall. And it's overtime in game 4. Portable document format files 1 goal away from an undefeated season. Yup. 1 away from game 5. Slasher. Hayon clears it back. Yup. Know what this position is like. Last time they were here, they went to game 5, except it was actually Whip-Offs, the team they played against. I was looking to create the reverse sweep that won on game 4. They know the pressure. Now have to be the ones that have to live under it. The portable document format files. Very few teams ever end their season with a perfect record. Not even a perfect, sorry, a 6-0 record, a undefeated record. And they could be ones. Is that gonna do it? It will roll in! win of undefeated regular season for portable document format files. 6-0, no one can beat them. That goal from Slasher ends the final match of the regular season. 6-0 in their group. No one will be better than them. And for Yup, 2-4 their current record. So many great performances, so many great games. Portable document format files now have a 6-0 record. And what a season it has been. A record that they'll be happy with. Season that they'll be happy with. Record that really exemplifies how good the season has been for this side. They've had their own roster issues here, portable document format files. Through it all, they've found a way to be consistent. They've got a new starting roster. And again, even though it's not the most impressive gameplay, it's consistent. That's all that matters for them. They'll end their season 6-0, plus 12 on the game differential. Again, it may not have ended nearly as pretty as it started. Again, got wins when they needed it, didn't they? Six and 0. What a performance. And what a series it is. What a season they've had. Games to 1. Congratulations to them. It's not easy to go through a season without losing. It's very tough, obviously, considering they're one of maybe two teams that will do it. There's only that could potentially do it. Again, that's Whippersnappers. In Group A. So there's not that many teams that will do it. That's 2 out of 21. Tells you just how tough it is to actually. And again, it's tough as well because some of our divisions don't even have a team still playing in it. So tough to be consistent. But again, good example. Our 125 Esports Phoenix Cup. Only 2 teams in that are undefeated. In our Catalyst division, Hugo Esports Catalyst Cup, 2 of those teams are undefeated. Only one of them is going to stay undefeated by the end of the season. And the Sporting Ascension Cup, there's only one team that's still undefeated. So, again, it is very difficult to be that consistent. Well, they do it. And with a win over Yup, congrats to them. Performance. Again, what a win they've had. 3-1. That will end the stream. Sorry it was so short. We only had one match today, but I appreciate all of you for joining and showing your support. Again, it was amazing having you all join us. It's always a blast to be able to stream this kind of stuff, but we're going to go and get a raid. Thank you all so much for joining the Spodia stream. Take care. Have a great night. And we'll see you again here on the Ascent Tournament Series. Did I say Spodia stream? It's not Spodia stream. It's the Ascent Tournament Series stream. We'll see you again on the Ascent Tournament Series stream later, and potentially with the start of our postseason. For now, have a great night.